You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to your Wednesday, July 3rd edition of Good Morning Vail. We've got a great show in store for you. We're going to give you some great community information about all of the fun activities you can participate in the course of the next few days, since there's a lot of things happening in and around our wonderful community. Then, of course, we're going to introduce you to some great local businesses. So, have you ever had a whelp moment in your life? Well, we're going to explain to you exactly what that is and how you can celebrate these exciting times that you could be experiencing. Then we're going to introduce you to a lifestyle expert about all of the fun that could be had this summer, how you can combat being outside all the time with some great resources for being inside, some tips and tricks for entertaining and hosting, because we know that can get overwhelming this time of year, and especially with the holidays coming up like what's taking place today and tomorrow throughout our community. And then of course we're going to introduce you to Allie Teague from the Bookworm, which is one of my favorite places here in the community. So there's a lot taking place for the next hour of Good Morning Vail. We're really excited to have you here, but let's kick off Good Morning Vail right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. If you are getting up first thing this morning, temperatures slightly cooler, 56 degrees around 8 a.m. We are expecting some beautiful sunshine throughout the course of today. A high of 75. Now we are expecting to see winds come out of the west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour, so that slight breeze making it feel just a little bit cooler out there than it actually is. Now as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see that sunshine taking place throughout the course of today. Maybe some cloud coverage rolling in later into the evening. No real chance of rain as we make our way through today, though. That high settling in between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. Now as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 93 degrees in Denver, beautiful sunshine, maybe a little cloud coverage down there. 75 in Vail, 78 in Avon, 83 in Eagle. If you are traveling along that I-70 corridor, just be wary of that sun glare, since we are expecting to see some beautiful sunshine throughout the course of today. 45 degrees is our overnight low. Clear skies are likely. Winds still continuing out of the west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour, so that 45 degrees is going to feel slightly cooler out there if you are making your way to Nottingham Park for all the celebration, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. Well, then make sure that you bring that nice warm layer with you as you wait for those fireworks. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, 4th of July going to be a beautiful day. Beautiful sunshine out there, 74 degrees, low of 44. 74 continuing into Friday with a 15% chance of precipitation. Saturday and Sunday we are expecting mostly sunny skies, slight chance of precipitation taking place Sunday and Monday. So as you're making your way out there, just make sure that you are prepared for that slight chance on Sunday and Monday. But we're really excited for the warmer temperatures that we have coming up with all of that beautiful activity and that beautiful sunshine that we have going on. Now let's talk about the beautiful activities and all of the things that you can get out there and do throughout the course of the next few days, because the lineup is absolutely stacked. So if you're looking for a great way to celebrate 4th of July, well then you can do just that here for the 3rd of July and the Salute to the USA in Avon. Now Avon's got some great activities taking place. This is always a very fun way to get out and kick off your 4th of July celebration. It is the 38th annual Salute to the USA. Now parking is a little bit tricky through the town of Avon. They are starting to block block off certain roads. So as you're navigating your way through the community, just be prepared for that. Now there's going to be a lot of walking traffic through Avon all day today into tonight. So just give yourself that little bit of distance. Make sure that you're nice and safe out there. The events start at 5 p.m. and they're going to go until 10 p.m. And this is a great way to really kick off your 4th of July Day celebration, as there are going to be fabulous fireworks, great live music, and a lot of food for you to enjoy. Now, I know I love our food trucks here in the community, and so that's one of my main attractions as I make my way to Avon tonight, and I hope to see you there as well. Now, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow for the 4th of July, well, don't forget about all the fun that's taking place over in Vail. Now, the Sitzmark Lodge has rebranded with a multi-million-dollar remodel, and now it's the Sitzmark Vail, and you're not going to want to miss out on the exciting bell ringing taking place there at 9:30 before the parade kicks off with our very own Chris Romer from the Vail Valley Partnership, and then of course the wonderful mayor of Vail, Travis Cogan. So make sure that you make your way to Vail tomorrow to see the annual bell ringing. That's so wonderful. It's normally our après bell ringing, but it's going to kick off the parade, and then of course the parade is incredible over in Vail. You're not going to want to miss out on the 4th of July there. Vail America Days is one of those great family entertainments that we love so much here in our community. The parade is so wonderful with so many of our great nonprofits participating, and then of course the chair folding that takes place, which is a staple. It's something that's very unique to our community. We're very lucky to have it, so don't miss out. 10 a.m. is when the parade really kicks off, and then you can see everyone from the Vail Rotary Club to the chairs to so many more of our wonderful nonprofits. They've got activities and events taking place in Vail all day tomorrow, so make sure that you check that out. Now, if you don't want to make your way to Vail, well then make your way up to Beaver Creek, because they've got an incredible lineup of events and activities tomorrow as well. They've always got great live music. They've got food taking place where you can get out there, you can enjoy, you can walk around, you can taste all of the different restaurants that Beaver Creek has to offer you, and you can enjoy some fireworks above the mountain. Now, this is a beautiful place to go and a beautiful place to explore. So make sure that you mark your calendars for all the fun. Now, of course, if you're up in Beaver Creek, make sure that you make your way to the St. Anthony Gallery on Friday and Saturday, as you can end your festivities for all of the 4th of July fun with an incredible Colorado artist, and you're not going to want to miss out on the fun that she has to offer. Come pop some champagne with Britain up at the St. Anthony Gallery. Now, that's just a few of the options that you can continue into the weekend with. I could continue to go because there's so many wonderful things taking place in our community. But we're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to introduce you to Whelp, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Have you ever had a whelp moment? Do you even know what that is? Well, we're really excited to introduce you to Curtis Jackson, the founder of Whelp, because maybe it'll inspire your lifestyle. So let's hear what he has to say. Are you an outdoor enthusiast? Well, then there's a company that will help you share your story, and that's Whelp. And we're joined by the founder, Curtis Jackson. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, Whelp is a great brand that you have personally created to help people tell their stories. And I was going through your website yesterday, and there are some incredible stories on there.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was one of those things where I was just trying to make a way for a tangible product and a digital media to be able to overlap. A lot of those run separately, and I figured telling stories of the people that not only inspire me, but just I'm around throughout the winter and summer was a nice way to do it.
So people can go online, they can shop the product. You've got one of the products on right now, but then they can see these stories, and these are incredible athletes from around the world who aren't professional athletes.
Yeah, that's correct. It was one of those things I wanted to tell more common stories. A lot of the people I've worked with both in retail at Powder Tools shop here in Steamboat over the years don't get the notoriety or maybe the attention I think they deserve. So I wanted to tell maybe some more relatable stories that your average person could relate to.
Which is such a great way to kind of encompass the industry that is the snowboard and ski industry, but you go beyond that. You do surfing and mountain biking now too.
Yeah, surfing, mountain biking, skateboarding, skiing. There's more on the way. I started with snowboarding and surfing just because those are two things very near and dear to my heart, and I know them the best. But you know, I understand that I have friends that are absolute diehards with mountain biking, skateboarding, and skiing as well. And so I want to incorporate those.
And so if someone buys some of the Whelp product and then they've got a great story to share and a great video and pictures to go along with it, is that something that you guys are interested in receiving from the clients?
You know, I'd be open to that. I'm always interested I meet new people all the time. I just touched base with someone who I have not actually filmed with before, but I've known him in town here in Steamboat for a number of years. And I just asked him about 2 days ago if he would want to go out and be the skateboarder in one of the skateboard products. And he was excited about it. And so we're going to set that up for, I believe, tomorrow or the next day and go out and make a nice short film.
That's incredible, and it's so nice that people have this opportunity to really share their love of the outdoor industry, because being in the mountains is one of the best places to be, but then you have the beach, you have the skateboarding element. As you were creating this, what was it like to go through the process of finding all of these different elements to make the company what it is today?
You know, that has been an interesting process. There has been times when I've wanted to do more activities. I've wanted to tap into you know, things like skiing and mountain biking that I'm not as proficient in, but I still enjoy. But they're just kind of trusting my gut. There wasn't really a good time, it felt initially, but as things kind of evolved, I've suddenly just gotten to a point where I'm like, it just feels like it's a time to open it up to more disciplines and more people. And yeah, it's been fun to kind of learn as I go on that process, for sure.
And then if people are interested in buying the merchandise and hearing more of the story, what's the best way for them to get their hands on some of the products and to see all of the great media that you've created for the product?
You can always follow Whelp Ltd on Instagram, or Google Whelp Ltd for YouTube as well. If you go to my website, which is www.whelp.ltd, you can actually explore some of the videos, some of the stories. You can kind of see the messaging and the purpose behind what we do. And I do have about 3 or 4 friends of mine that help me with that process on a case-by-case basis. That they're all interested in those different videos as well. And but yeah, hitting up any of those social platforms or the YouTube would be the best place to start.
And then what's the Whelp mission statement? Because as I was going through the website yesterday, there's so many incredible stories told, and there's so many great quotes from you, the founder. So what would you say the direct mission statement is for Whelp Ltd?
Ooh, good question. If I were to summarize it, it's a creative outlet to bottleneck creative ideas to various individuals, and originally it was for nothing but a creative outlet. But it's one of those things that I originally started for a friend of mine who has passed away. She had a pretty severe version of cancer, and so it was to raise money on behalf of her. And then that has kind of been one of those sides of it that I don't really publicize that a ton, but I will say that that is a part of what I want to do, is be able to help people with those situations, because to be grateful for what some of us can do and some people cannot.
It's always incredible to hear companies starting out by giving back. Now, where did you come up with the name Welp?
I actually got to give credit to two of my friends, Robbie and Tyler, who they are on the website listed as helpful creators on there. And it was something that when I was going to college in San Diego, I would go visit them up in Newport Beach, and there was just this there's this moment before you do something, right? The Welp, originally the tagline was to be the moment before, and it was just to encourage that courageous moment before you do something. And we would go out, and sometimes the ocean looks a little intimidating, sometimes the mountain looks a little intimidating, and then there's just this Welp moment that you just choose to dive in, or you choose to go home and then come back another day. And so that's where the name came from.
What an incredible start to an incredible company. Curtis, thank you so much for giving us all this great information, taking the time to chat with us. And one more time, what is the website so people can get their hands on the incredible merchandise?
www.welp.ltd. No .com. But I appreciate the time, Maddie. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time and sharing with us the more vulnerable side of the story of Welp.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Make sure that you check out Welp Ltd. And you see the incredible stories that take place on the website. That way you can get inspired to get outside and maybe have one of those Welp moments yourself. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that. Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, to fight 6 years off in here.
Well, I like it. It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
The Paltrow Cast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrow Cast.
Good morning, Vail.
Megan Murphy is here to talk about her ultimate summer fun guide because she is a lifestyle expert to help you navigate some of those downtimes throughout the summer. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. I'm excited to talk about your summer fun guide and everything that you have to offer throughout the guide. So let's kick off. We all love to be outdoors. We love to soak up that sunshine while we have it. But now when there's some downtime, you've got a great online recommendation where we can enjoy some movies and some TV.
So here's the thing. So I have 3 kids. And they do so much outside during the summer, but they also have a lot more downtime than they do during the school year. And so they're going to be on devices and they're going to be streaming. And I want to make sure they're not accidentally stumbling upon pirated content or illicit streaming sites. And that's where streamsafely.com comes in. It is an incredible resource for parents that's going to help us all stream safely. So go to summer camp, go on the checklist, and it's going to give really helpful tips for your family to keep everybody safe. We can watch without worry thanks to Stream Safely. It's also going to give us great movie and television picks that are family friendly and how and where to watch those safely. There's also something called Brain Gain, and these are picks that are going to stimulate a little bit of learning and creativity, all from streamsafely.com, a really fabulous resource for parents.
I think that this is so important, and especially as those kiddos do have those moments of downtime, and all of them have those tablets or phones now to help keep them just a little bit entertained. Now, as people are going through all of the fun of summer, there's a lot of opportunity to host and entertain people at your house, and sometimes that can get a bit overwhelming, but you've got some great advice on how you can navigate that.
Absolutely. I love to entertain. I always have a full house. But the last thing you want to do as the host is have to leave to go to the grocery store because you ran out of burger buns or you don't have chips for the homemade guac. So Shipt, SHIPT.com, or the Shipt app is my absolute ultimate delivery sidekick. So for $99, you get a yearly membership, and that's going to give you free same-day delivery on orders $35 or more. You know, from some of your favorite places like Target, Costco, your local grocery store, CVS, Petco. You get 24/7 service. And what I think really sets Shipt apart is you can flag your preferred shoppers. So you sort of have a relationship with your shoppers, and they're some of your favorites.
Which is a great way to avoid that miscommunication with yourself of losing those hamburger buns, maybe not having those chips for that guac like you need it. Now, as we roll into summer, a lot of us have so many toys to keep the family entertained. What do you recommend for storage?
So because my backyard is really like my entertaining zone, I don't want to have all the clutter. I don't want the gardening tools and the sports equipment and all of the extra chairs, you know, cluttering up my yard. So I found a really awesome storage box. These deck boxes from Keter, KETER.com, are the best looking storage boxes I've ever seen. They're made out of a resin, so they look like wood, but they're not going to rot. They're not going to rust. I use the 150-gallon box, and I have all my garage overflow in it. So it is the sports equipment, it is the folding chairs, so much stuff that we can actually now park bikes in the garage, and we don't have to look at that mess. And these are from Keter, KETER.com, which really is the ultimate source for all things backyard storage. I'm also eyeing a shed.
Ah, that shed. You need a she shed. I support that 100%. Now, one of my favorite summer activities is to sit in the sun and enjoy a great book. You're an author, so tell us about the summer reading we should be doing of your book.
So, of course, I'm always going to plug my own book. It's called Your Fully Charged Life, and it's going to help everyone live with more optimism and feel energized and joyful, which I think we could all use right now. And I also love anything from Zibby Owens and Zibby Books. She has a new memoir, and it's fabulous.
I'm going to have to check out all of these fabulous books because I am an avid reader, and especially in the summertime, because there's no better way to soak up the sun than with a good book in your hand. Now, all of these tips and tricks have been so wonderful, and you've given us so many great resources. If people are looking to find this information, where can they get more of it?
So go to streamsafely.com, go to Shipt, SHIPT.com, or download the Shipt app, or go to Keter, KETER.com.
And then if people want to buy your book, of course, you should plug it again. Where can they find it?
So Your Fully Charged Life is available wherever books are sold, and if you're more of an audiobook person, I am the voice on the Audible.
Which is absolutely incredible. Megan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this wonderful information, and thank you for putting in the hard work to make our summer more fun.
Yay, summer. Thank you.
Make sure that you use all of these wonderful resources to make your summer more fun, more convenient, and more entertaining and safe for the kiddos. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today.
Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We have so many wonderful nonprofits here in our community, and we really have one to kind of fulfill everyone. Well, the Vail Valley Soccer Club does just that, and I'm joined by Carrie Thielen. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful this morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You have some exciting things taking place at the Vail Valley Soccer Club.
Absolutely. This month alone, we have the Fred Ammer. It's the 53rd tournament in Vail. It's an adult tournament for both men and women. We just expanded it 2 years ago to women as well. So that's exciting. That happens on the 19th. You still can register teams. And so that's 11v11. And then we also have a second tournament in October, which is a youth tournament that has about 162 teams that came last year. So that's about, I think we raised over $3 million for the community.
Wow.
Yeah. So we use fields from Vail all the way to Gypsum. It's a big deal.
That's
yeah.
incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
And what a great and fun way to raise money for our community. Because
Absolutely.
that way everyone's involved, everyone's kind of taking part in it, and then you can just come and be a spectator for all the fun.
Absolutely. It's a great commerce for the community, but in addition to that, it's our largest fundraiser for the club, which is really great because we have 1/3 of our membership is on scholarship, and so this is a great way for us to be able to make soccer affordable for everyone. We have a policy of not turning anyone away for an inability to pay.
Which I think is so important because sometimes people forget how expensive the mountains can be. And when you have all of these activities and events that you want to participate in, some of them can get away from you. And so to be able to give kids the chance to play soccer here in our community, which is a very impressive soccer community, it's really important.
Yeah, we have as you know, we have an incredibly athletic community. Yes. And kids who want to do a variety of all sports, and we try to accommodate the multi-sport athlete as best as we can. But soccer is an international sport, and it's, the language, everyone understands it. And so we're really excited to be a part of that and watch our program grow. This was our 30th year, which was really exciting. So we're doing good things, and we're really happy to be a part of the community.
Now, for people who don't know about the Vail Valley Soccer Club, can you give us a brief overview of all of the different services that
Absolutely.
you offer?
So we are a competitive travel program. So our travel programs start as early as U9, sometimes U8, and all the way up to U19, which so basically travel means we can travel pretty much anywhere in the state. So down to Denver, as far as Montrose, and then we offer programming for 3 to 6-year-olds as well. They do not travel, that's just training, but we have something for everyone, both boys and girls. And then the adult tournament, we just took that over. We work with Vail Rec on that one, so now we're working with adults as well.
Which I think is so powerful just because you're offering such a great resource. I have little brothers, and one of them from the age, I swear, of 6 to 12 years old every day was like, soccer is my life. And now he's like, well, I really like mountain biking, but for a while I was like, he's in. This is it. Soccer is his life.
Absolutely. We run 2 seasons, so we start in August and go through the end of October, sometimes a week into November, and then we pick up again in March and then finish at the end of May. So we work nicely with other sports. Skiing and hockey falls nicely in the middle, so kids are able to do both, which is great, and then mountain biking, just like you said. But yeah, it's a great, we have about 400 kids in our membership.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a big program.
And if people want to get involved, maybe they're not super into playing the soccer, maybe their kids aren't, but maybe they have a passion for it that they have carried throughout their entire life. They've got volunteer opportunities and donation opportunities with you.
Absolutely. So one of our greatest needs right now is referees, and that's true for our sport and all sports throughout the country. So we run trainings up here, but they run year round throughout Colorado. But we need referees. And the great thing is not only are you giving back to the sport and our community by refereeing, you also get paid. So it's a great first job for kids. You can start at 14. High schoolers, it's a great little side hustle. Particularly our sport, which is nice, falls in off season. So it's, fall and spring. So a lot of times when ski instructors and other positions have ended, you can move nicely into a position where you're able to give back and make a little extra money. So that's one of our greatest needs. In addition, we're always, we're a nonprofit, we're always accepting donations. As I stated before, we have a very large scholarship financial aid program, and we really believe that every child and every player should have an opportunity to play regardless of financial background.
Which I think is so important because, like we were talking about earlier, sometimes it can be a little tricky to navigate the costs of doing anything in this community, and especially as we're seeing inflation really take place here in our community. And so what a wonderful opportunity you are giving people to play the sport.
Absolutely. We're really proud of our program, and what's great about it is our kids give back. You've probably seen them. They sell raffle tickets that they kind of hit the streets in the spring, but they also give back by refereeing as well. And we also offer 2 college scholarships for our seniors, which is really exciting. We have more kids than ever going to play in college, which is really exciting. So the program has really grown, and we have kids playing from club in college all the way to D1. So
Wow.
it's really exciting. They're doing great things.
They are doing great
Yeah.
things, and it starts here with our local community and our wonderful nonprofits that really make a difference. Now, if people are looking to get their children involved, now that they've heard all of this great information, what's the registration process like?
So we have programs where you can just sign up, like particularly for the younger kids, and you can go to our website to find out more information on that. As far as our tryouts, we hold tryouts in November for the high school boys, and then in spring, in May, and June for basically all of our other teams. So U11 or all the way to high school girls. But if you miss tryouts, there's still a way to get involved. Just reach out. You can reach me directly at director@vailsoccer.com or go to our website. Our information, our phone numbers on the site. But there's always, we have rolling admission because we're a community where people move all the time. So we support that. And there's always room on teams to support players being added. So basically just reach out to us and we'll help you with the process.
Now let's go back really briefly to the tournaments that you have coming up, as registration is still open. So if someone has a league soccer team that they played on, that they had a ton of fun on, and they want to participate in the tournament, that's still a possibility.
So particularly with the Fred Ammer, that registration is closing in the next couple days. So we have a ton of adult programming. And so if you have an adult team, there is no limit to the roster size, which helps us old folks. And then we have a men's division and a women's division. So reach out to us and we can help you get signed up. It's a super fun tournament. Stiegel is a sponsor as well as the town of Vail. So everyone gets some fun drink coupons and there's restaurant specials. It's a really fun adult weekend. And then the youth tournament happens in October, and that's a sanctioned tournament as well. So it's particularly for club teams. So club teams from around the state and even surrounding states come. We have currently Wyoming. We've had a ton of Utah and other states join us too. So it's a fun showcase tournament now.
And it's just fun to go and spectate and be part of any of our nonprofits here in the community.
Absolutely.
Carrie, thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time
you.
to chat with us, and thank you for the hard work you do for our community. You make a difference in so many kids' lives, and that's so incredible.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Make sure you check out the Vail Valley Soccer Club, and that way you could maybe donate or participate in some of the fun. If you have one of those kiddos at home who's starting to love soccer, well, then this is a great resource here in our community, and they'll go with you from the start to the end with your college career. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities are points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No.
Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
My absolute favorite place in the entire community is the Bookworm of Edwards, and I'm always so lucky when Allie Teague joins me on the couch because she always has the best knowledge of everything taking place at the Bookworm. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning.
I've missed you.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since this combo has happened here on the couch.
It has. This is good.
This is good. It feels right to the kickoff of July and all of the activities that you have going on at the Bookworm.
Oh yeah. July is packed. August is packed. We have so much happening.
You guys always have so much happening, and you bring in something for everyone to come and participate in, so that there's always something that can expand your brain horizon at the Bookworm of Edwards.
That's our goal. We are a house of knowledge, as I like to say, so our goal is to help you learn something.
I just came in and bought a new book, and it has been so riveting. It was recommended to me, and I'm like, I'm not going to put this down now until I finish it.
Good.
And that's one of my favorite parts about the Bookworm is you guys have the greatest recommendations.
Yes, we have readers of all genres, authors that hopefully there's someone on staff who can help you find what you're looking for, and it's usually the case.
You know, those psych thrillers, that's where I always go, and so I know who to come in, I know who to talk to, and then I'm like, now I'm going to be scared to sleep at night, but I'm going to be enthralled in this book.
Entertained. I mean, since we expanded, we have a mystery thriller section now, which is awesome.
Oh, it's got a lot of my money already. It's so wonderful, and it's so wonderful to come chat with everyone. The Bookworm really is a place that once you start going once, twice, you really start to feel like it's part of your home because it's such a great community asset here, and everyone can feel safe and welcome there, which I think is so important.
Yeah, there's this really cool philosophy called third place, where everyone should have a third place. You have your home, you have your work, and then your third place. And so we hope that that is what the Bookworm is to a lot of people.
I'm going to come hang out today and just annoy all of you with my persistent questions about books. That
Please.
way I feel like the Bookworm can be my third place. Now let's talk about some of these incredible events that you have coming up, because you have such a good stack and such a good array of events and activities, always.
Oh yeah, we have so much going on. Starting with next Tuesday, we have Nancy Levin. She lives in Boulder, so she's going to be Zooming in, but we're going to be there in person. And she's going to be leading a shadow work workshop, which is this like super intense practice of uncovering kind of like your repressed self and the things that you've pushed down so that you can fully come into your being and heal whatever you need to heal. She wrote a journal. So this is going to be a beginning workshop. You don't have to get way too deep into it at the workshop. But the journal comes with the ticket, and you can take what you've learned and take it home and dig deeper into it.
It's going to be awesome.
It sounds like some therapy that maybe a lot of us could use, but it sounds like it could be a mental challenge.
Yeah, it'll be definitely challenging, but I think it'll be worth it for sure.
Expanding your horizons and opening up to your inner being is always a challenge, but it's such a great way to really come into your own, like you said. Now, this is one of those that could interest a lot of people, but then you've got another one that could interest a different demographic of individuals.
Oh yeah, I try to make sure our events program has something for everybody. And on the 16th, we're actually partnering with our neighbors at the Kind Bikes and Skis, and we are bringing in Leonard Zinn, who is a former U.S. national cycling athlete, and he has written a book called Zinn and the Art of Road Bike Maintenance. The 6th edition just came out.
Wow, and I can hear him back in the control room talking about how cool Leonard Zinn is for all of those bikers out there. So if you're someone who loves to hit the trails, whether it's road biking or mountain biking, these tips and tricks are going to help. And you've been talking about how impressive Leonard Zinn is. And so for people to know who he is and then to have him come to our community is so fantastic.
Yeah, we're very, very lucky. He lives in Evergreen, I believe, so in Colorado. So we're very lucky that he's coming to our neck of the woods to talk with us about what he does and how to maintain your road bike. But he also has a guide on mountain bike maintenance too. So if you have any questions at all about best practices for handling your bike or where you should go, he's the man to talk to.
Which I think is so wonderful because that's such a huge part of our communities. We've got some very large adrenaline junkies, and so this is a great way to get them involved and give them information and keep them a little extra safe out there.
Definitely, safety, top priority.
And then as we pull up your website and we look at the entire calendar, because the calendar is always just stacked with a roster of events and activities to participate in, then people can kind of pick and choose. Some of them require registration.
Some of them do. Most of our author talks do because we provide food at all of our events.
Yes.
So the ticket covers that cost. We also have a story time this July I'm really excited about. I love to have at least one story time a month. We have several book clubs. We have our Walking Mountains book club is meeting. I'm really excited. We're actually having 2 of our book clubs meet together, Read with Pride and Happy Endings book club, which is our romance book club. They're reading Triple Sec, so we're going to talk about polyamory and kind of destigmatizing what that looks like. And then the story time that I mentioned is with an author, which is always a blast. She's going to read her book, some other Under the Sea books, and she has crab-themed crafts she's going to lead the kids with, which is going to be awesome. That one's free. Our kids' events are always free. And then His Salt and Her Flower with Finn Mott. Finn is a local kid who grew up here, and this is his 2nd poetry collection. This one dives into his own exploration of his bisexuality in the context of kind of where the world's at. I'm really excited about that one. Then we have
when you get excited, your voice changes, and it's like I can feel the passion and excitement. I know that you love what you do, and it just brings such a wonderful element to the bookworm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our Women's Voices book club is meeting with Ariel Lahone. She's a massive deal. We're really lucky she'll be Skyping or Zooming in with us. And then starting in August, we have huge authors coming in. Ted Conover is a Pulitzer Prize finalist. He's talking about his off-grid experiment in Colorado, in rural Colorado. And on the 7th, Timothy Weingard, who's actually a professor down at Colorado Mesa, is talking about the human history of the horse and how it changed the course of human history, this one animal. And then at the very, very end of the month, I'm excited to say, at the end of August, Peter Heller is coming back. He's a massive fan of our store, and our store is a big fan of his. We always sell hundreds of copies of his book, and his new one, Burn, is coming out, and we're excited to host him like 2 weeks after it comes out.
Wow, you have quite the lineup. As I was reading it, I was like, how am I going to finish that many books in that time frame? What am I going to do? How am I going to make this work in my daily life? So I guess I'm going to have to step up my reading game, Allie.
Yep, check in some audiobooks. Those are a good resource.
those are a great resource, and people can still work with the Bookworm of Edwards as they want to get into the audiobook game. That way you're still supporting our local bookstore.
Libro.fm. If you want to learn more, come ask me about it. I could talk about them all day.
I love that you do this because it makes me so enthralled with coming in to the Bookworm. I love going in, having Allie guide me. I'm always like, all right, pick 3 books that you think I should get through this summer, and she'll be like, well, okay, but I have 6 to recommend. I'm like, Allie, I said 3 because I have time constraints in my life right now. We gotta narrow it down. But it just shows that you love your job. And when you work with someone who loves what they do, it changes the experience. And so everyone at the Bookworm of Edwards does such a good job of giving people the best experience possible.
Yes, we definitely, that's our goal. We want to make sure that everyone who comes in feels seen, feels heard, feels represented, and finds a book that makes them feel the same way.
Which I think is one of the greats of the Bookworm of Edwards now. You mentioned food that takes place at all the events, and we have to give a shout out because the woman who makes your food does an incredible job.
Yeah, Nadia is awesome. She makes great event food. She also makes awesome specials in our cafe, comes up with really good seasonal ingredients and features. We have a green witch crepe right now that has a matcha in the crepe batter.
Wow.
It's awesome.
So people need to come to the Bookworm.
Yeah,
even if you don't want to buy books, you can enjoy the cafe.
We just switched over also to Vail Mountain Coffee, so all our coffee is sourced locally now.
Which is another just amazing tidbit that you have to offer. Allie, thank you so much for taking the time to come chat with us, giving us all this great information. I'm still on my soulmate search of the Bookworm of Edwards. It'll come.
It'll come.
Allie, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure that you check out the Bookworm of Edwards. It's one of our great places to be, and make it your 3rd place because it is a safe spot for everyone to enjoy, and they'll give you the best recommendations for books possible. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got just a little Good Morning Vail left.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Let's take one final look at that weather forecast for your Wednesday edition of Good Morning Vail. Temperatures slightly cooler first thing this morning, progressively warming up throughout the course of today. 75 degrees is our high. Beautiful sunshine is taking place. We are expecting to see winds come out of the west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour. So a slight breeze coming through, making that temperature feel just a little bit cooler. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, that sunshine is going to be out throughout the course of today. So if you're going to make your way to Nottingham to participate in all of the fun, make sure that you bring that sunscreen with you, as well as maybe a warmer layer as we approach the evening time. As we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver, nice and warm, 93 degrees, a little bit of cloud coverage down there, 75 in Vail, 78 in Avon, 83 in Eagle, so temperatures both out to the east and to the west of us slightly warmer. As we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down, 45 degrees is our overnight low. Clear skies are likely, winds continuing out of the west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, we are expecting to see sunshine throughout the course of tomorrow, a high of 74 degrees. 74 continuing into Friday with a 15% chance of precipitation. Beautiful sunshine by Saturday. 15% chance of moisture making its way into the community on Sunday and Monday. Temperatures staying in the mid-70s throughout the course of the next 5 days. So it's a beautiful time to get out and soak up that sunshine that we know and love here in our community, because it is breathtaking. Just don't forget your sunscreen. We're at such a high elevation, and it's so important for you to be wearing that sunscreen as you're out there. Just keep your skin nice and protected. Now, make sure if you are making your way to Avon later tonight, you are aware of all of those traffic stops that are along the way, and be cautious, because we've got a lot of pedestrians walking around through our roundabouts here in Avon, and we just want you to be safe and keep everyone else around you safe. Now, make sure that you tune in tomorrow for another fabulous edition of Good Morning Vail. That way we can talk about all the wonderful activities taking place over in Vail and up in Beaver Creek for the 4th of July. Get out there, enjoy your 3rd of July, everyone, and soak up that sunshine.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies.